Hello and welcome back to Leelee's delivery service, where every delivery is divine and love is the ritual. So today we are back delivering love, clarity, and truth, even when it's uncomfortable. So today we are talking about something we have all been guilty of at least once: road rage. And if anybody knows me and has rode with me, I am guilty as charged. Yeah. Your girl's bad on the road. I'm all about peace, love, and hair grease, but yet on the road, I'm a menace to society. I want you to move. I want you to get out the way. And my man had to ask me the other day, like, why are you even in a rush? Most of the time, I'm not in a rush. But I feel like everyone else needs to get out my way. And it's not healthy at all. Because a lot of us drive that way. Like, we're just in a hurry. Everybody's annoying. And like we got somewhere to be in the afterlife. And I don't know about y'all, but I want to be in this plane and remain on this plane as long as possible. So, we are going to talk about road rage, how it's getting wild out here, how to be honest, gentle, and also to, learn some new spiritual tools and some therapeutic tools to reduce road rage. And before we get into it, I do want to know, what's the worst road rage experience you've ever seen or witnessed or even heard about? Drop one of those explosion or a fire in the comments, because I know that y'all got some stories. We all do. And I live in Louisville, Kentucky, so anybody that lives here with me, please comment. Don't make me look crazy out here. Please don't embarrass me. So let me see what segment we're going into. So what is road rage, right? Without the cute metaphors, road rage, to put it simply, is a full emotional response. It's more than just being angry, or irritated. It is frustration, impulsive behavior, triggered by what happens on the road. But here's the real truth. Road rage usually isn't about driving. It's about the stress that you didn't process, trauma that you never named or put out in the forefront, feeling powerless in other parts of your life, and letting your ego hop in the driver's seat. That's what road rage is in a nutshell. And I really want to ask, have you ever been mad enough at someone on the road, but deep down you know it wasn't even about them? You yelling at little Miss Susie on the road, you really want to yell at your boss. Or you yelling at some jerk that may have a Trump sticker, but you're really just mad about the environment. You're mad about the economy. You're mad about whatever. Usually it's displaced anger. Because on the road, it's easy to kind of shout at someone that you're never going to most likely see or hear from again, versus channeling your anger and actually dealing with the stuff you're going through in your actual life. So, to continue. Why road rage comes up. I just gave you like a couple different examples, but obviously road rage shows up when you're holding on to too much. Some of the causes obviously is emotional overload, survival mode living, feeling disrespected or unseen, driving anxiety. That's a big thing. Because a lot of us have been in accidents or have seen some really traumatic things, especially on the road, and driving with other people is anxiety inducing in and of itself, which causes stress, which makes you on edge. So road rage isn't something that you just wake up and say, hey, I'm gonna be a menace on the road today. No, it happens when you least expect it, but there is help. Is help in all things that we do. Also, trauma triggers, and then also living a rushing lifestyle with no room to breathe. Meaning, if you always feel like you're on the go, if you always feel like that you have this to do, that to do, that to do, and you have no room to breathe, you have no room to really even take care of yourself, you're more likely to experience road rage. I mean, we all go through it, especially nowadays. We're so used to being on the move that being told to sit still and breathe and relax is anxiety inducing within itself. Did y'all just hear that car honking its horn? I had to pause the video because I'm like, I know somebody's not honking at me while I'm in my house. See, that's we're gonna continue. Just anyway. When it comes to road rage and driving and your relationship with driving, I want to ask my audience: do you drive to relieve stress, or does the thought of driving cause more stress in your life? Sit with that and really determine which side of the coin you're on, because that will let you know what type of road rage or what level of road rage, like the severity it could be. But there's help. There's help for all of us. So, signs that you may have road rage. If you are talking to drivers, screaming out of your window so they can hear you, I'm sorry, baby, you have road rage. And I have done this before. And it's not cute. It doesn't get anything accomplished. It's not productive. And it is not safe. Because you never know who is just waiting to blow up at you. Because they can. So obviously talking to them like they can hear you, or wanting them to hear you, trying to get them to hear you. Speeding up when someone tries to pass you. I never understand that either. Because obviously I'm just trying to get around you, because you're going one limit, speed limit, and I need to go another. Nothing dangerous, but if y'all live in Louisville, Kentucky, I really hope y'all heard about this. There were some immigrants paying people at the county clerk's office $200 under the table so they can receive their license without taking the driver's permit, without taking the driving test. So there's a lot of people here in Louisville who not only are 15 years old, who probably got their license the right way, more than likely. There are also people here who aren't from here, that don't know how to drive, but still got their license, driving 25, 15 miles an hour like this. And I cannot tell you how irritating it is. I try to be the nicest person in the world, but on the road, that takes me to another level. But it's still not safe. So getting mad... Wait, what is that? Getting mad fast? Getting mad too fast, like immediately. Like if someone's braking too much and you immediately get upset. You just... You might have road rage. Holding grudges while you're driving. Yeah. Let it go. Body tension. If you are clutching your jaws, if you are clutching your fists, if you are just tense on the road, you more than likely have road rage. And if you are following too close to someone, or you are brake checking, meaning you are riding on your brakes so that the person behind you can, back up off of you, but you're doing it in an unsafe way that could cause accidents. And then also, you might have road rage if you continue to replay the incident in your mind over and over. There's no reason why you had road rage at 12 noon and it's 10 o'clock at night and you're still talking to your man about it. Or you're still talking to your lady about it. Or whatever. Let it go. That person ain't thinking about you anymore. Why are you still thinking about them? It is a control thing. Okay? And you're not alone. Believe me. Everything that I've listed, I have done. And I'm not proud to say I have done it. But it's not okay. Luckily, the ancestors and whoever's out there looking out for us was, protecting me, because that's not the case for everybody. And we'll get into that soon. So, which one of these are you? As far as the example, do you talk to drivers so that they can hear you? Do you speed up when someone tries to pass you? Do you get mad super quick? Do you hold tension in your body while you're driving? Or do you follow too close behind someone, or or do you brake check them? Just check in with yourself so that you can avoid these things. Now, down to the real stories of road rage, because we all have them. Here in Louisville, I have pulled up a couple different stories that I wanted to share with you today, because when I say road rage is taking over, it's becoming a thing. So, the most recent road rage incident in the Louisville area, we'll say that, was in October of this year, 2025, in Elizabethtown. A Louisville man was arrested for allegedly firing a gun at another vehicle after a confrontation. While specific details on other recent events are not provided, road rage is a serious issue that can involve aggressive behaviors like tailgating, shouting, or using or branding a weapon. It is defined by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration as an assault with a motor vehicle on another road user. So let me see if I can find something else here in Louisville, because there was really an incident not too long ago where even an elderly woman, I believe, was pistol whipped by a man on the road somewhere close to here. I need to look that up, but it's getting out of control. So I do have 5 cases of road rage incidents from around the United States. So here are a few. So in Florida, 2015, Robert Doyle called the police in Florida and informed them another driver had attempted to run him off the road or ram him off the road. At the time, the man was talking to his wife, Kathy, on the phone, and she was telling the police that everything was getting out of control. Long story short, the whole incident played out on the police radio as Doyle had a weapon in his hand, pulled into the driveway of the man he was chasing, and opened fire on him as soon as he exited the car. Doyle was then charged with second-degree murder, but the charges were later dropped. It just goes to show that perspective is everything in a road rage incident, and both drivers felt like they were right at the time. In Syria, 2015, a man named Hassan, who was a colonel in the Syrian Air Force, has seen... Oh, Lord. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I'm reading it in real time. The colonel, Hassan Hussein, he took out his AK-47 from his Hummer and shot another colonel 7 times. The incident sparked major protests in Syria as the public demanded justice. The civil unrest had an impact, and the ruling family handed the other man over to the authorities. The public called it an execution, but in the end, Al-Assad was jailed for 20 years. Jesus Christ. You see what I'm talking about? See, I didn't read this beforehand, so y'all getting my real, authentic reactions, because this is ridiculous. New York, 2013. Angry bikers surrounded a vehicle of a Alexi and Leon. Leon panicked and ran over 3 of them in a bid to escape. So basically, okay, let me back up. In New York City, while driving with his family, Alexi and Leon got caught up in a big group of bikers on an annual street ride. When one biker barked sharply in front of him, Leon's Range Rover hit the bike. Then the scene descended into chaos. Angry bikers surrounded his vehicle, and Leon, I'm not laughing, my man just walked in and I'm trying to follow along. Leon panicked and ran over 3 of the bikers. The bikers gave chase and surrounded him on 178th Avenue. Then one biker smashed out the window with his helmet before a gang dragged Leon from his vehicle and beat him unconscious. 11 of those bikers faced charges, including an off-duty police officer who was sentenced to 2 years in prison and fired from his job. Jesus Christ. England, 1996. Britain Kenneth Noyle, I don't know how to read today, was a career criminal who was already out on parole for his part in the legendary Great Train Robbery when he swerved in front of a lady named Danielle Cable on the outskirts of London. Lord. Her fiance got out the car to, I guess, talk to the driver, but this proved to be a fatal decision. Noyle ended up stabbing Stephen twice, and the 21-year-old died from his injuries at the scene. And then lastly, in New Mexico, there was Alan Garcia threw his hands up in expiration when another car forced him out of his lane on the Interstate 40 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. That was enough to set a terrifying chain of events into motion. Says the driver of the other car, Tony Torres, gave chase when Garcia accelerated. Then he pulled out a handgun and fired 2 shots at Garcia's car. One of them hit Garcia's 4-year-old daughter, Liliana. Jesus Christ. The police offered a $25,000 reward that eventually led them to Tony Torres. He confessed to the murder and was sentenced to 16 years in prison. Torres' reaction to a minor incident was patiently insane, and it cost a young girl her life. It happens too often, and it does not So don't get involved, is what the article says. Y'all, I'm sorry, my reading is jacked today, but that doesn't excuse the fact that a lot of different incidents happen when it comes to road rage, angry drivers, and we are taking driving way too personally, to be honest. Like, I do understand, because most of us in a life where you're busy, where you're a mom, you're a parent, you're a professional, you are trying to live your life, but you are also trying to have some peace. Sometimes your car on the way home, on the way to work, is the only breaks that you have in your life. So I can definitely understand how driving feels like your space, because I do love my space in my car. When I'm blasting my music, I feel the most confident because nobody is in my lane, nobody's in my space. But I do also gotta be conscious of my responsibility to other motorists and other pedestrians. And a lot of people do drive like it's their lane, like it's their highway, like they built it, like they mixed the cement or something. But it's not. It's not your rules. And I do understand a lot of people feel like their safety is in their hands on the road. But your triggers on the road shows your unhealed places in your life, in your body, in your soul. So just don't do it. Let's just figure out how that we can get away from this. So some statistics that I found also is that road rage is common, with many drivers admitting to aggressive driving behaviors like speeding, tailgating, honking. A significant concern is on the rise in road rage shootings, which have increased dramatically in recent years. So common behaviors in road rage are, wait, let me see. It says aggressive driving is widespread. Approximately 96% of drivers admit to aggressive behaviors like speeding or cutting others off within the last year. Specific behaviors that are frequent is driving 15 miles per hour over the speed limit on the freeway, was reported by 48% of drivers in a recent study. And making rude gestures or honking at others was reported by 32% of drivers. Following too closely or tailgating has been reported by 34% of drivers. And yelling or cursing at another driver as a behavior was reported by 42% of drivers in one study. So, as far as shootings, road rage shootings have increased from 83 in 2014 to 456 in 2023. And in 2023, a shooting occurred on average every 18 hours. Injuries and deaths. Over a 7-year period, 218 murders and 12,610 injuries were attributed to road rage. Now, with firearm use, 37% of aggressive driving incidents involved a firearm. So, breaking down some of the demographics, it says men are 20% more likely to express road rage, with 55% of male drivers admitting to aggressive behavior compared to 46% of female drivers. Extreme behaviors like ramming another car and more are extreme behaviors like ramming into another car is more common among men. Now, the age, it says younger drivers are more likely to be involved in road rage incidents. Dang, it even brings up Gen Z. It says Gen Z ages 19 to 24 have the highest likelihood, followed by millennials, which is me. I don't like the truth all the time either, but that's just what it is. Now, motivations according to Google, it says the most common motivators of aggressive driving are reacting to perceived dangers from other drivers by 65%, and trying to get somewhere faster, 55%. Stress, impatience, and congestion also are contributing factors. So, about 76% of people believe road rage has gotten worse, which let's just be honest, it has. So we can get off of that. It has. And before you hurt yourself or someone else, we need to take precaution in order to decrease road rage. Because it only takes a second for something terrible to happen. And once it does, we can't rewind time, we can't go back. So, tools to decrease road rage. Did you know there's pre-driving grounding exercises? You can literally look them up on Google. They are everywhere. You can set an intention before you drive. Meaning, for example, one that I did the other day is I set the intention to not rush, to take my time, and to breathe while I'm driving. Because here in Louisville, traffic is terrible, and it's not going to end. It's not going to stop. But I'm also not going to stop driving. So I can either raise my blood pressure, or I can find ways to lower it. Also, body checking is a good indicator too. Like if you're already stressed, you already got tension in your shoulders and you're clutching your jaws, that's definitely an indicator that you need to probably, do some deep breathing. You need to meditate. If you're a smoker, smoke a blunt. Do what you need to do to relax, but don't drive under the influence. Please don't. Because if y'all say that I told you that, I'm going to deny it every time. But also calming music. I love listening to ASMR while I drive. It actually does relax me. And it makes me want to drive slower because I want to experience the tingles a lot longer. So ASMR or calming music while you drive. Heck, put on some Shakespeare. Put on some classical music. Put on some jazz music. And also awareness. Be aware of yourself and others. And then choose distance over dominance. Just because you're close up on someone does not mean that you're dominating, you're controlling anything. So just stay safe. A car distance away is always key. And I really want to know what helps you calm down on the road as far as my audience. I want to know what helps you. Because you may have some tools and some things that I don't know about and I need to actually practice. So if you know of anything, drop them in the comments because I would definitely want to know. And when road rage hits, I want you to loosen your grip on the steering wheel. Yes, loosen your grip. Drop your shoulders. Exhale long, deep breaths, preferably 5. In your nose, out your mouth is 1 set. Do it 5 times. And for the love of God, slow down. You can't react when you're speeding 85 miles an hour. And I always think about if a little girl or like a little child runs out. Like I'm already not able to swerve for like squirrels and animals. But if a child come out and I'm already swerving, more than likely I'm going to end up in a terrible situation. So just slow the F down, please. And also don't make eye contact with other people on the road. What are you challenging them? Is this baddies on the road? Stop. I'm guilty of that too, because I usually want them to see me, but it's not solving anything. It's not like they're gonna say, "Oh, I'm sorry for making your day longer or for making you more stressful." They're gonna probably flip me off, and then I'm gonna be really upset, and I'm gonna flip them back off. Hey, Tony, fuck you. Ezekiel, fuck you. Either way, that's not gonna work. And if you can't calm down, just pull over. Pull over. It's better to give yourself 5 to 10 minutes to calm down than for you to ram into somebody's truck and they pull out a weapon on you, or you got to pull out your weapon. And also call somebody. Call your mama, call your sister. And if it's really dangerous, you can always call the police. You can literally just drive to the police station. They won't be upset with you about that. But don't confront them at all. No matter how wrong they are, no matter how right you are, don't confront people you don't know. You never plan out the ending. I promise you. You can tell yourself that you choose safety over ego, because at the end of the day, everybody is just trying to make it home. Especially now that the holidays are coming up. Black Friday is not too far away. I need everyone to make it to the new year and many new years to come. This is just about growth. This ain't about shame, because like I said, I'm terrible at road rage. That's why I'm making this video. It's not just for y'all, it's for me too. So I can go back and look and be like, you know what? Calm down. It's not that serious. And I got a daughter. And anytime I'm in the car with her and I'm screaming and I'm yelling, it makes me feel so bad when she covers her ears, because I know that she's like, what's going on? Like, as a parent, you're not supposed to make things more stressful for them. So it makes me feel bad because I'm losing control. And that's what I'm supposed to do in the car, is make sure I'm in control so that she's safe. And the people that are in the car with me are safe as well. So, what is one driving behavior that you would like to change? You can either comment in the comments or leave a comment. We can talk about it next video, or just sit with it. Think about it on yourself. And as far as Black excellence, to me, Black excellence is about calmness, safety, but also wisdom. And not saying that road rage is a black problem, because it's definitely not. It's a everybody problem. But since this channel is focused on black excellence and our people in our community, I just want us to think about how being aggressive on the road would negatively impact us, not only on the financial end but on the criminal end. Y'all know they find any reason to pull us over, don't give them a reason to pull you over. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. So we're gonna get out of here because, like I said, 30 minutes or less. I'm at 25 minutes, so I'm still doing good because I can ramble. So your car is your energy. Put good energy into it. Your peace is protection. Love is always the ritual. Drive safe and drive gently. That is the message for today. That is the delivery. So before I get out of here, of course, this video is still sponsored by Fly Girl Candles here in Louisville, Kentucky. I will put her information down below. So definitely check her out so you can get some smell goods. Especially since we're going to be in the house. We need to put in all the festivities, all the candles, all the smell goods, all the great things. So remember, every delivery is divine. Love is the ritual. And I love y'all. So I will see y'all next time. And please don't let me see y'all on the road, because I'm not going to cuss you out, but I'm going to tell you about yourself. So, bye. Love you.